What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Boozer here, thanks for stopping by. Today's video we're going to go over some very exclusive news that so far only the VIP Supreme Club have access to, and I want to share it with you guys here today in this video. Keep in mind that a lot of this news here is kind of like a nothing burger, but it is something that the Plarium developers are, have on their radar and they're going to keep an eye on for the future. But there are some tangible things here that we could talk about, so let's jump right into it. All right, so first things first, we have a comment about the champion storage. So they're saying that they are looking into expanding the champion storage even further, which is awesome to hear, right? So they're looking into developing a technical solution that will allow for a major storage expansion up to 1,000 additional slots. So I'm not 100% sure if that means we get 1,000 slots each. Maybe that's a little bit of a wording issue that Plarium had here in the writing, but an additional 1,000 slots. So maybe it's just a couple hundred in each vault, for example. That maybe seems more likely and more of a direct translation to what they're saying. It just seems a little bit weird. I think they should have probably said up to a certain amount of spots, per vault, just to be more specific. But for example, here, this is my alt account. The storage is not fully maxed out or anything like that. But this one, they don't mention anything about the slots being free. So I imagine that we will probably have to pay gems or silver for them. So this one is a little bit less exciting as the previous one where they're adding 200 without any cost. But it's something to make note of just in case you are at the stage in the game where you can buy more vault space. So after that, there's some comments about Siege here. So Siege, yeah, there's been a lot of comments made about the gameplay about Siege and how it's kind of not really rewarding teams for doing well. Instead, it's kind of the opposite. So they say it's on their radar and they're actively looking into it. Kind of a nothing burger, like I said. It's been a couple weeks already and they know of the Siege issues in terms of overall gameplay. So let's see what they can do in terms of trying to alleviate some of that pressure to underperform as opposed to overperform. So up next, they also have some comments made about blessings, which is interesting. So they have Incinerate and Lethal Dose on their radars. So currently Incinerate and Lethal Dose rarely ever get used since both blessings are kind of targeting PvE, PvE specialized debuffs like HP burn and poisons are pretty much used for PvE or boss fights, but they are placed in arena, so they get boosted only in arena with these blessings. So I guess the comments here is they want these arena only blessings to work in Siege. So they said they're looking into it. They might do some kind of adjustment, but they said that they like having the arena only auras and blessings to stay only in arena, and then you have to make separate Siege teams. I believe Lethal Dose does get some play right now, and so does HP burn in arena. For example, what's that, Commodus could use this, and then obviously the Gizmat can use Incinerate. So Plarium's kind of like finding champions that can utilize some of these blessings. So it makes sense for them to keep them as is, but maybe they'll adjust them in the future. But it's kind of interesting that they'll, kind of look into two blessings that barely anybody uses, and then tries to accommodate them just for arena. It's why would, yeah. Anyways, to me, like, I feel like they could probably do something to make these a little bit more widely used, or maybe more usable for more champions, as opposed to just like one for Incinerate and one for Lethal Dose. Seems kind of silly to me, but yeah, let's move on. All right, up next, so they're saying that they're going to be doing something with the Altar of Souls. Again, this is kind of like a small quality of life. I don't feel like this is that bad, but sure, you can do some small quality of life things to make this a little bit more organized. It's not a big deal, I think. Most people don't really use this as extensively as obviously later game players. I don't think the UI is that bad, although they could probably get rid of a tab or so. This is I remember when I first went into here, I thought this was very strange. And if this was here to confuse people, I think it probably worked because there's a lot of things going on here, and it's easy to confuse them, especially when speaking about them. But yeah, this whole system as a whole there's no need to have so many different currencies and conversions and all that stuff, but they're saying they're going to do some stuff with the UI, so that's always a good thing. So hopefully we'll see that in the near future. Oh, here's a big one. Up next we have the clan chat in-game Discord button. So there's a strong demand for in-game button to allow clan leaders to set a Discord link for their clan. That's actually pretty interesting. So like here, I'm the clan leader for this clan. And yeah, it would be interesting to have, you know, like a Discord link here instead of having to, you know, put your Discord, you know, text link here in your descriptions only. It's kind of interesting because Plarium, you know, can't develop or figure out their own in-game chat system. Now they're relying on external third party to provide them with a chat platform so that their players can chat with each other. It's absolutely ridiculous when you really think about it, but at least it's some kind of solution that helps players out. But it's totally ridiculous. They really need to, I guess, like revamp this. Like this chat system is total junk, especially for any kind of in-game coordination. But it seems like they're just going to work with what is already existing and with what already works. And yeah, just give us a Discord button. I guess that's better than nothing, but still it's pretty low-hanging fruit there from Plarium. So after that, they have some comments about the Serpent's Will. So the Serpent's Will basically got buffed from previously a 75% reduction in damage to now a 100% damage reduction when the head respawns. In the content creator chat, we definitely been making a lot of noise about this. It makes for very not so good feeling gameplay because you're doing damage, that's great, and then you're killing the heads, you're dishing out damage, and then suddenly that gameplay like grinds to a stop, and then you're doing no damage against the Hydra heads. I'm not too sure what they need to do. Maybe they need to limit the Serpent's Will to one head only, one active head only. I think that's a little bit better. The only workaround for the Serpent's Will is basically killing, or not really killing, but respawning multiple heads at the same time so that not all of them will come back with the Serpent's Will. That's kind of the only real way around the Serpent's Will buff when they respawn. But obviously that's not, that's not easy. That's not as easy as it sounds. You need to, coordinate all the heads to be dead, and then you have to coordinate your big, area attack so that they will all respawn at the same time. It's definitely not easy to do. I think there's definitely a more elegant way of, approaching this. But I'm glad that at least Plarium is, they have it on their radar, and they're aware of it. Like I said, it's a big complaint for a lot of the CCs in the CC chat, and I hear a lot of it in the community as well. So I'm glad they're looking into it, hopefully sooner than later. And then their last little piece of info here is the inbox organization stacking identical items. So currently this is what the inbox looks like. It's a pretty big mess. There's 400 slots, but it's definitely goes by pretty quickly. So that's my organized, inbox right now. So they're exploring ways of stacking like items, probably to save some space, which is a nice quality of life feature. But then they said it's kind of a lower priority thing, but it's definitely something that they're looking into, and that's kind of cool. Not a huge deal to me. Usually my inbox is not so crazy, but yeah. So anyways, there you guys have it. That's gonna be it for this little bit of VIP news. I know it's not really posted anywhere, but we're allowed to share it with you guys. Just a quick sneak peek at what's to come. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching to the end. Let me know what you guys think about all these little small changes and things that Plarium has on their radar. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.